What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. If you guys are new, I appreciate y'all coming to the channel because we're going over one of my favorite weapons that came out with this episode of Revenant right here in a Suros pinpoint slug frame shotgun. This thing is disgusting. The Legato-11 in PvP, absolutely disgusting. Feels like a chaperone in my personal opinion, and slug-wise, this thing does some pretty good DPS. Breaks some shields this season because of its anti-barrier side of things. So let's get into it with its origin trait. Origin trait Suros synergy is what we're dealing with. Reloading grants this weapon bonus handling, reduces incoming flinch. So a very solid origin trait, both PvP, PvE wise, in my personal opinion. For our first column, I'm gonna go with small bore, range and stability, as well as a reload masterwork on this bad boy. Just felt right for the PvE realm, able to dap up enemies from a good range, plus we're using this with that stability, shooting it often for that slug range precision damage. Now, magazine wise, I'm going to give you guys three different options. We got ourselves assault mag, appended mag, and tactical mag. Tactical mag is going to give us 1 in the magazine, 10 to reload, 5 in that stability. Appended mag is only going to give us 1 in magazine, and then assault mag is going to have us shoot faster with an extra 15 stability. So with these three different ones that we got, I think overall I would probably go with tactical mag as my first option, assault mag as my second, with appended as my third. Really, assault mag and tactical mag are kind of interchangeable in my personal opinion, but overall we got ourselves two very good magazine options in those, with appended mag being a good third choice. Third column, three different options for you as well. We got ourselves auto-loading holster as our first one, heel clip as our second one, and then a triple tap as our third one. So triple tap, landing precision hits with this will return 1 to the magazine, so very good for the DPS side of things. Heel clip, when we reload, we're going to get that cure to proc, and then auto-loading, when we have this thing stowed, it's going to reload after a short period of time. So again, reload also very good for DPS. I think overall, auto-loading is probably the best option to throw on, with triple tap as your second option and then heel clip as your last option, because precision hits with this in general, getting that triple tap to proc consistently really isn't that easy to do, with getting flinched, getting bopped around, especially because you got to get decently close with this thing. So if a boss is going to stomp, it's going to be hard to get those precision hits rapidly. So overall, loading holster is my number 1, triple tap number 2, and then heel clip number 3. Third column, three different options. Again, cascade point is our first one, frenzy is our second, and then vorpal weapon is our third. So vorpal, we're going to get 15% damage increase on those bosses or guardians in their super. With frenzy, 15% damage increase, 100 handling, 100 reload when we are in combat, and then cascade point, final blows or sustained precision hits with another weapon is going to give this one a faster rate of fire. So overall, I think probably frenzy is the most user-friendly, if you will, most versatile, because 100 reload, 15% damage increase just by being in combat, I should say, whereas cascade point is going to take a little bit more to get procced. You got to get some defeats beforehand and then unload on a champion, something like that. Vorpal, again, is only on those bosses with that 15% damage. So the way I would rate these would be probably frenzy as your number 1 choice, cascade as number 2, with vorpal as your number 3 for this fourth column. But again, this thing feels very, very good in my personal opinion. That auto-loading frenzy is a solid choice for me, at least for damage side of this weapon. So I would give that a probably a 4.4, 4.5 out of 5 for the PvE realm. Definitely, like I said, some pretty good perks that we can get on this. That Suros origin trait and Suros synergy is also pretty good. So a very, very fun little weapon for the PvE realm in that slug shotgun. Plus it's a world drop, so anybody can go grab this from gunsmith, from just running activities. It has a chance to drop as general, just from really anything, or from one of those engrams that you can get from a dreg in the middle of the EDZ. PvP side, where this thing really slaps in my opinion, definitely throwing it up there in the high A, low S tier. We got ourselves hammer forged rifling, plus 10 to range range with a ranged masterwork. This thing is going to have 100 range on it, and we are absolutely slapping Guardians in my personal opinion with this. Second column, only option in my personal opinion, is accurized rounds, giving us that plus 10 to range, like I said, helping us to stack it out to 100 in the crucible. Third column, your 3 different options are Killing Wind as your first one, Lone Wolf as your second, and then 2 Pain as your third. To the Pain, well, the target is equipped, taking damage increases, handling, and aim assist until it's stowed, so definitely not bad, especially if you're hot swapping off of this and like a hand cannon, something like that. Lone Wolf slightly improves aim assist, ADS speed, and airborne effectiveness when you are alone, no nearby allies, so also a very good PvP perk. And then Killing Wind, final blows greatly increase that mobility, range, and handling. So overall, I think probably in my personal opinion, I like Killing Wind or a Lone Wolf on this as my first 2 options. So let's go with Lone Wolf as my number 1, Killing Wind as my number 2, to the Pain as number 3, at least for this second or third column, I should say. Fourth column, we got 3 different options again: Closing Time, Frenzy, as well as Offhand Strike. Offhand Strike, final blows grant additional range, stability, accuracy when firing from the hip, so not a bad option for this weapon, especially since it is a shotgun. You can slide around, use that hip fire, if you will. A Frenzy, definitely a good, again, 15% damage against those Guardians. Definitely gonna be slapping them. Maybe can get a couple body shots on those enemies, because a body shot with this most of the time won't defeat people. You got to go for those headshots because it is a precision slug frame. And then for me, Closing Time is my number 1 choice. It gives us improved accuracy, range, handling as the magazine gets lower, and unless you are absolutely farming energy ammo, it is going to just take forever to get something like this to proc, but we're only getting a couple shots anyway, so Closing Time is definitely my number 1 choice. Closing Time with Killing Wind or Lone Wolf is probably the best overall. Would give this thing probably like a 3.9, again 3.85, something like that for the PvP realm. This thing absolutely dapping. I've been using this thing pretty heavily inside of trials, inside of comp, inside of 6s. It's basically my go-to shotgun right now that I'm using in my energy slot, and then Deadlock in my kinetic slot. So very fun little weapon that we got here. Very easy to get as well, since it is a world drop, but you guys get to farm in that. Let me know what you guys think. Happy holidays once again. I truly appreciate all you guys. I will catch you guys in the next one. Don't be afraid to like and subscribe. Hit that bell if you haven't. Helps me out, helps the channel, helps the algo out as well, so you guys don't miss out on any builds, guys, that we put out, god rolls as well. So once again, all you guys are the best. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.